So this week we've got the round 5 lap guide around Dragon Trail Gardens, normal direction. So let's hop on board the Supra for this Gr3 round, and I'll show you how we do it. So let's go for yeah. So braking marker is probably 50 meters after this first Dragon Trail sign here, but definitely before the curb ends on the right. So light application, you don't want to go too heavy. You just want enough weight on that front end to get the nose tipped in. Again, important to get it here tucked over onto the curb, and then use that to get the throttle on early and bring that momentum through. So you're looking at the 100-meter board, or just at the start of the curb here. Hard on the brakes. You can use the gears a lot here to get rotation, especially the Supra. It's a bit heavy, so using these curves to maximum benefit here. So getting it up on this one actually helps you get it rotated to the left to open up this corner on the right. So what we want to do here is, you'll see with the picture-in-picture on the fast lap, but what you want to do is put your right wheels just on the inside of the red sausage curbs on this corner, and the next one just up ahead up the top of the hill there. Can be tricky, so just practice getting the flow through there. Unfortunately, it's the way you have to do to be quick around here. So bringing on the throttle nicely, and again centering that red sausage underneath the car. And getting a good exit there is important. There's obviously one of the main overtaking zones coming down here, so you want a good run out of that. So you're looking at just before the curb starts for the Supra anyway. Some of the cars might be slightly deeper. Bringing plenty of speed down the hill here, keeping an eye on wind. So this is equal conditions for this one. The wet one will be what we should see in race 2. So hard on the brakes. Start the trail to brake into the corner, get it into the apex, up into second gear to get the rotation and the power down. Watch your traction here, and then getting it over. So you tuck it over just a little bit to the right to open up this next left kink, and then getting it up just on the curb. Careful not to get on the grass there. It's quite a drop off to the edge of the curb there. Can unsettle the car, bounce you off to the right. So you want to keep it more so towards the left up here to open up this next right hand corner. It's all about keeping the car nice and balanced and the flow going here. So if you try and get up on this curb a little bit on your right, will help the car pull around. Might miss it slightly, but getting over the right there, not trying to get on the throttle or brakes, too hard. Just getting that nice momentum shift to one side or the other. On the throttle as early as you can. Be brave here. Go right out the outside. And then I'm using, just as you kind of get to the bottom of this little dip. So yeah, just after your sector time as well. On the brakes, and then trailing it. Just keeping the nose tucked. Different cars may do slightly different lines around here, but you want to keep that momentum going and get the best possible run onto the back straight. So this coming into the last set of corners here. So you're looking at the orange end of the side there, or just before the 100-meter or the curb starting. Anywhere around there would be good. Braking it in. Again, there is slightly different approaches. You can go narrow that I did here, or you can go a little bit wider and make it more of a late apex, but using your gears to rotate, getting the power down nice and early to maximise your straight line speed. And there you go. So that's a lap around Dragon Trail. So yep, as usual, I'll do the old go back without me talking, and then we'll transfer to the wet lap guide for what we should see at the start of race 2. Cheers. Right, let's hop on board for the wet lap. So again, like I said, this should be the similar conditions to the race. So I've set it up, so this is roughly lap 3 here, intermediate tyres because it will dry out. So what we're doing here is lighter on the brakes everywhere. Still kind of the similar braking marker into turn 1, probably the first Dragon Trail sign just behind me there on the right. What you do, instead of going straight to the apex here, you're looking for that marble. So I'm very freshly lined, but I'm avoiding these massive puddles too. So you got the grip out here, just keep that flow of the corner going, get tucked in. Just before, so probably about the 120. Start to be on the brakes here. Again, a little bit wider. You're avoiding all this slick surface here. You want to be on the rougher stuff. More friction, more grip. So bring it out here. Unfortunately, with this, the way these chicanes kind of work, you know, you're gonna have to go across the slick, dry racing line, which will cause understeer. So just really gentle on the throttle here. Bring it on the power, up in the second gear early, and then yeah, have fun with traction. So coming down the hill here, so instead of being, like I'm already starting to be off the throttle here, so the end of probably that fence line just on the right, down on the braking zone, half, 75%, tailing off, make sure you get the car stopped, that's the most important thing. Second gear at the apex, and then just bring it on the power nicely. I like to come in just off the curbs that you would be on if you're on the dry, because there's extra little wet puddles, so you just want to try and avoid those surfaces. So we get tucked over a little bit. Slightly narrow there for me, but yeah, as soon as you hit that marbles, it gets the little bit more grip. And you just got to slide it through here. It'll just go out to where that's the one puddle you can't really avoid. And then just kind of similar to the dry line. A little bit of a wiggle there. Have fun with the traction, yeah, send it. And then make sure I'm already getting off the throttle here as we're going down the rise, down the fall. But yeah, lightly on the brakes. Just making sure you get that nose tucked in. At 1 car's width wide. Staying away from the puddles, bringing on the traction here. There's a puddle here, as you can just see there, just in front of me. It does like to, if you get on the throttle too much, carrying too much speed through there in the wet conditions, you can have a little aquaplane moment and have a big crash here, and you will lose time, being obviously the start of a straight. So, yeah, more so just be cautious, bring it on, wait until it dries up further in the race. A little bit of wiggle, a little bit of traction wheel again. So good fun. And then looking about the 150 to the 100. So already on the brakes here. Just making sure you're getting it stopped. It's the big thing. If you do happen to, like I just did there, it is a rubbered outline. You don't want to go too far off. That may be seen as not nice. But just be aware of your throttle positioning if you're going just down on this rise. So I just went slightly deep, but up in the second gear to get the car rotated. And again, that same, just bring it in half a car's width to get that maximum traction and drive out, because if you hit the puddle there, you might get a bit more wheel spin. So hopefully that gives you a general gist of how to do it in the wet. And it's all about that throttle application, being nice and smooth, and yeah, probably 1 car's width wide of the normal racing line is the rubbered in line, so they'll look for the marbles. So yeah, alright, next lap without me talking, so cheers.